Hello Galactic family. Beloved Masters, as the higher frequencies of light and wisdom of the Creator permeate Earth and humanity, a radical change in consciousness is taking place. Increasingly precious souls are questioning their basic beliefs and examining their living standards, the many structures they have constructed, both in the physical and mental sense, and which were their personal reality. Fear and uncertainty are rampant, and the vast majority of people fear that the best times have passed and that the future looks bleak and uncertain. It is normal to resist or feel uncomfortable with dramatic changes, especially when people feel they are not driving or controlling their future. That is why it is so important to connect with the wisdom of your higher self and also with your wonderful guides and angelic teachers. Know that the way home has always been available and the return to the realms of guaranteed illumination. However, realize that the secret of how to achieve this comes from within, not from the external world. The process of inner transformation can be accomplished with ease and grace as you once again gain access to the wisdom of your sacred heart and mind. We encourage you to take advantage of all the wonderful information that comes from the realms of light through the many messengers and teachers who have dedicated their lives to produce advanced universal wisdom. My beloved ones, you are deeply immersed in the process of healing past transgressions and of releasing the painful memories of your many past lives on the earth plane and also of those throughout the solar system and galaxy. We have said previously that you will not be punished or cast into hell. Can you please heed our words? You are not judged, you have never been judged by anyone or by any being of the invisible or higher realms. You are the only things that will be judged. Under the universal laws of cause and effect, all your thoughts, intentions and actions are stored in your auric field and your chakra system, and you radiate the vibrational patterns thus created, emanating from you in an infinite pattern and receiving them back on the same frequencies and measurements. In the past, it often took many lives to reap the rewards for positive and loving actions, or to experience the penalties for negative or harmful actions. Consequently, in general, it was not so obvious that the righteous were actually rewarded and that the unjust also received their equivalent reward. We reiterate, no being large or small distributes prizes or punishments. The universal laws are firmly suited and your higher self oversees your progress or lack thereof, either opening the way for you and blessing you with great and small miracles, or by putting more obstacles before you in the hope that you will awaken and accelerate the steps in the ascension spiral. Dear hearts, many of you are carrying great burdens of the past, mistakes you have made in this lifetime, as well as many coming from the conditioning past and the hidden memories of painful events or actions from all your previous lives. To keep such memories or to carry the burdens of iniquity is not convenient. It is time for you to allow us to help you heal the painful memories that are stored in your physical vehicle and in your auric field, just as we have removed the distortions of the third and fourth dimensional collective consciousness belief patterns, restoring such dimensions to the originally projected spectrum of duality. As you descended into the restrictive and limiting realms of consciousness, you put the veil of forgetfulness into your memory so that, in general, you could not remember your past lives, because that would be too heavy. Remember of all your mistakes and imperfections of the past. It was an act of mercy, for it proves that it is difficult enough for you to forgive yourself for your mistakes and misunderstandings in this existence, let alone all of your past irregularities. These restrictive membranes of light are slowly undoing as you regain your balance and harmony and advance the spiral of ascension and reunification. An important fact to remember is that, even if you no longer remember your past mistakes, past thoughts and actions that have taken you out of balance, these energies are still present in your cellular structure, waiting to be corrected and to recover your internal harmony. This is the process in which you now find yourself through your conscious awareness, and by aligning your will with the will of your higher self and our Father/Mother God, everything that is not in harmony with the frequencies of the fourth higher dimension is accumulating internally to be healed and returned to the harmony of peaceful coexistence, joy and loving intention. Imagine a great orchestra playing a symphony. However, each instrument is slightly out of tune. Now imagine how uncomfortable it would be. And then imagine the most powerful vibrational patterns you have sent in the past, instead of beautiful, melodic frequencies that uplift and inspire. It is as if you send dissonant frequencies that collide and create chaos instead of balance and harmony. Can you bring to mind some of the positive vibratory patterns that radiated recently that were as powerful as their negative thought forms? The song of his soul gradually lost some of its pure and harmonious frequency patterns, and therefore both its inner and outer worlds became unbalanced and dissonant. We have repeatedly emphasized one of the greatest challenges, but the most important thing to be done to accelerate the spiral of ascension is to return to the center of your solar power. This facilitates the opening of the sacred heart, and thus allows the light of the Creator to flow freely from you into you. This, in turn, helps them claim the exclusively beautiful and harmonious signature of their soul. We explained how a membrane of light was placed on the portal in the back of the center of your sacred heart until it was time for you to begin your journey back to the higher dimensional realms and the realms of light. You have placed a protective membrane on the front of the center of your sacred heart because you have often been wounded, disappointed and disillusioned. Slowly, but surely, through the techniques we have given you, you have smashed these restrictive membranes so that love/light can flow freely from you into you in the way intended. In order to access and radiate the ever-increasing frequencies of light, you must be able to integrate and permeate yourself with these advanced vibrational patterns. Then you must be prepared to radiate them to the core of the earth, and project them into the world as a whole, through the portals of the center of your sacred heart, both front and back. Imagine how you looked when you came to earth for the first time. You are a brilliant crystalline pillar of light, filled with a full quota of virtues, qualities and talents of the divine ray consciousness. Slowly, as they plunged into density, they began to construct a cross of matter, which became increasingly difficult to handle, as their spectrum of light and shadow widened. You are now in the process of loving these fragments, bringing them back to balance and harmony, as you seek and connect to the higher and higher frequencies of light. You are in the process of becoming a cross of light, beloved ones, as your spinal chakra system is triggered and you radiate love/light from the front and back portals of the center of your sacred heart. Why not go to the center of the spiral of ascending consciousness, in the eye of duality and polarity, where everything is calm and peaceful and filled with the pure cosmic substance of the life force, called adamantine particles, waiting to be modeled on your vision of the future. At this very moment, as you enter the center of your sacred heart, you can experience the deep compassion and love of our Father/Mother God and the Supreme Creator, and know that you are very dear son/daughter on an important mission, and nothing that they can say or do will diminish that love. Through the domination of forgiveness, your emotional, mental and etheric bodies can be cured and transformed, recovering the integrity that benefits your physical body and increases your sense of well-being. Stand in front of a mirror and stare into the pyramid of light and lie on the glass table. Say to yourselves, I forgive myself for any action, thought or work, past, present or future, in this or any other reality, which was not composed by the frequencies of sacred love. I forgive those with whom I have shared conflicting and dissonant energies during my present and past lives in this or any other reality, and I return to them a love bubble of all the negative memories, impacted energies, and probable futures we have created together. I ask the angels of forgiveness to permeate every facet of myself with the frequencies of love/light, so that I may become centered in my soul and centered in my heart as a light bearer and a master of myself. Breathe deeply as you enter the center of your sacred heart. Let the pure love/light flow over you through your higher self. Feel the expansion in the center of your heart as this elixir of divine love pervades the very depths of your being. Sacred love frees you from the shackles you have woven around yourself, binding, restraining yourself, and entangled in their karmic interactions. In refusing this love, they are refusing their inheritance and their divine right innate. Practice this exercise as many times as you need until you feel you have accepted the truth that you are worthy of forgiveness. Forgiveness is a very personal act and must come from the heart. It does not matter whether others forgive you or not. When you forgive from the heart, it changes the energetic dynamics between you and the others. As we said earlier, you can only change yourself and let others do it in your own time and in your own way. You are responsible only for your own spiritual growth, but remember, dear hearts, your loving energy speaks for itself and creates miracles. Self-forgiveness, which facilitates forgiveness for others, is an essential step in the process of opening the portal to the center of your sacred heart. The portal of the heart must be opened so that there is a successful connection with the multiple facets of your divine self and your universal consciousness. They must make a concerted effort to re-establish harmony and balance in their own being in order to be ready to connect with their divine counterparts. Their painful and unsatisfactory earthly relationships are the result of intimate feelings of unworthiness, guilt, fear of failure and rejection. The battle of the sexes is in fact an internal battle with the self, as you project your needs, wants and desires into another person in the hope that it can supply your inner want. Your relationships will surely reflect the negative energies you need to overcome, as well as some of the positive attributes you desire for yourself. It can be painful or satisfying, depending on how you want to play the game of relationships. Negative frequency physical relationships are structured in fear, rigidity, egocentrism, and limitation. Sacred relationships are based on love and are inspired by the Spirit, and allow each participant to integrate and express the positive attributes of their masculine and feminine intrinsic natures. They focus on wholeness and unity and are still flexible and allow freedom of expression. As you raise your consciousness and return to inner harmony, you will radiate more and more refined patterns of frequency, and therefore will attract to you those who are radiating the same level of spectrum of light and are comfortable with it. The reunification process involves bringing together the multiple facets and levels of your soul family consisting of your earthly soulmates and the many facets of your higher self, your solar, galactic, and subuniversal family. Beloved ones, will not you begin the process of forgiveness now, and make a joint effort to open the portal of the center of your sacred heart so that these gifts can be poured out upon you? Call on us and let us help you. Remember, we're just a blink of an eye and a thought away. We involve you in the sacred and unconditional love of our Father/Mother God. I am Archangel Michael,